Hello students, how are you all? I just hope that you all are safe at your places. Now students, stay at home and stay safe, okay? And be regular with your studies, and your home assignments will be marked as your attendance, okay? So be regular with your studies and send your assignments on time. Now students, these are my new email addresses, okay? All your home assignments of chemistry and your biology, you have to send it to these new email addresses, not to the old email address, okay? Now see here, for chemistry you'll be sending it to DVPS Johri 1989 chemistry. Now the new email address has TH 6th, okay? TH also 6th to 7th at gmail.com. And for biology it is DVPS Johri 1989 biology 6th TH to 7th at gmail.com, okay? So these are the new email addresses. Send your home assignments to these addresses now, okay? Don't send it to the old email address. Got it? Now students, let's continue chapter number 1, which is tissue. And earlier I told you about cells, tissues, then different types of tissues. Today you're going to learn about organs, organ system, organism, and functions of different types of tissues, okay? So let's start here first with the organs, okay? First of all, what is an organ? Organ is an internal body part or external body part, okay? Internal body parts includes heart, brain, lungs, kidneys, liver, etc. okay? And external body parts include your eyes, nose, mouth, hands, legs, etc. Now here we are talking about the internal body parts, okay? So organs, they are the when tissues they combine, when they group together, then they form organs, okay? So organ is nothing but it is a combination of different types of tissues. Now tissues of different types, when they combine together, they form organs. Now let's see here a flow chart. Cells, I told you, when cells of similar structure and functions they combine, then they form tissues, okay? So cells, they form tissues. Tissues, different types of tissues, they form organs, okay? Organs like heart, brain, lungs, kidneys, etc. And these organs, when they combine, some organs, they combine to do a special job. So they, to perform a special function, they group together and form a system known as organ system, okay? So organs like heart, like blood vessels, like blood, they all group together to form a system called circulatory system. Organs like the stomach, intestines, then anus, then food pipe, when they group together, they form a system called digestive system, okay? So this is how organ system, they are formed. And organs, these organs, be it heart, brain, lungs, kidneys, all these, they are also made up of different types of tissues, okay? Like heart. Heart is made up of blood tissue, it is made up of muscle tissue, it is made up of fat tissue also, okay? So cells, they form tissues, tissues they form organs, organs they form organ system, and these organ system, they combine to form organism, okay? So this is how the organism, they are made up of, okay? They are composed of. Now let's see here the definitions. Organs, just now I told you. Now then comes organ system. What is an organ system? A group of organs working together is called an organ system. And what is an organism? Organism is the organ system collectively form an organism. So all the organ system, be it respiratory, be it circulatory, be it digestive, be it excretory system, all these systems, they form an organism. Collectively they form an organism. Okay. Now students, earlier I told you about the different types of animal tissues, and in brief I told you about their functions also, but now I'll be telling you about the different types of animal tissues and their functions in detail. Okay, so here we will start here with the epithelial tissue. Now epithelial tissue, it forms the outermost covering of all the living organisms. Okay, so it is actually the part of the skin. Okay, so since it is a part of the skin which covers the outermost covering, it is actually the outermost covering. So what is its function? Its function is to protect the body. Okay, now the other functions of the epithelial tissues are that it protects the underlying parts of the body from injury, okay, and from entry of the germs also. So it protects the body from entry of the germs and from the injury. Okay, then the second is it forms the lining of stomach also. It forms the lining of internal organs also. It forms the lining of stomach, since stomach is connected to the digestion process, to the digestive system. So it the lining of the stomach, it secretes juices. Okay, and these juices, it helps in digestion of the food. Then third is epithelial tissues of skin. It helps in removal of waste as sweat. What is sweat? Sweat is a waste product. So epithelial tissues, they also help in removal of waste products. Okay, then it helps in absorption of digested food. Since epithelial tissue, it also forms the lining of intestine, so it helps in the absorption of digested food. Okay, so these are the functions of epithelial tissue. And I told you that there are three types of epithelial tissue depending upon its structure. Epithelial tissues, they are of three types. First is squamous, second is cuboidal, and third is columnar. Okay, so because of their structure and shape, epithelial tissue, they are of three types. Now students, second comes muscular tissue. Okay, when I say muscular, then it means it is connected to the muscles of the body, and when I say muscles of the body, that means it is connected to the movement of the body parts. Okay, so movement of the body parts, they are brought by the certain group of cells. Okay, so these group of cells helps in contraction and relaxation. So these group of cells are known as muscle cells. Okay, and they are basically three types of muscle cells in the body. They are voluntary or skeletal or striated muscles. Second is involuntary, smooth or unstriated muscles, and the third one is cardiac or heart muscles. Okay, now based on their structure and function, they are three types. Okay, these are of three types. Now here are the three structure of these muscle cells. The first one is voluntary, and you can see here in the structure that they are elongated and cylindrical in shape, and they have striations. Striations means they have got bands all over them. Okay, so they have striations, that's why they are called striated muscles. Okay, and they are connected to skeletons, so they are also known as skeletal muscles. And voluntary because they are under our control or under our will. Okay, now these muscle cells, they help in the movement of bones and body parts. Okay, why? Because they are connected to the skeleton. Then comes the second one, which is involuntary, smooth or unstriated muscles. You can see here, this is the smooth unstriated muscles. Unstriated means they do not have any striations, just like voluntary. They do not have striations. That means they do not have stripes or bands here all over them. So they are unstriated and they are spindle shaped. Okay, they are like spindle shaped, and it helps in breathing movements, digestion and other activities of the body. Since they are involuntary. Involuntary means they are not under our control, and they help in breathing movements, then they help in digestion also. Okay, then the third one is cardiac muscles or heart muscles, since they are connected to the heart. Okay, and these muscles, they have striations just like voluntary muscles, and they are also elongated and cylindrical in shape, and they help in pumping of blood to different parts of the body. Okay, and since they are connected to the heart, so they are known as heart muscles also. So these are the three types of different muscle cells. Okay, and their main function is the movement of organs or movement of body parts. Now students, the third type of tissue is nervous tissue. Now nervous tissue consists of a group of specialized cells called nerve cells. Now these nerve cells, they are found in brain and spinal cord. Brain and spinal cord, their function is to control all the activities of the body, and also they conduct messages from one body part or the body parts to the brain, and from brain to the other parts of the body. Okay, so the function of the nervous tissue is actually to join. First of all, the nerve cells, they are joined end to end, forming nerve fibers. So these nerve cells, what they do, they form nerve fibers. Okay, they join end to end and form nerve fibers, and these nerve fibers, they help in conducting messages from brain and spinal cord to each body parts. Okay, so this is how nervous tissue it works. Now students, this is a structure of a single nerve cell, and you can see here this is a cell body, and the branches here you can see these are the dendrites, and this is the tail of the nerve cell, which is called axon, and these are axon endings. Okay, so the nerve cell, it has got three main parts: cell body, dendrites and axon or tail. Okay, now after nervous tissue comes connective tissue. Now connective tissue is actually the type of tissue which connects a group of tissues to the other group of tissues, or it helps in connecting body parts. Okay, so the main function of the connective tissue is that it connects different parts of the body, then it provides support, it provides shape to the body. Okay, and then thirdly, that it stores reserve food material in the form of fat. Okay, so the types of connective tissue, we are going to discuss it later on. First, let's see the functions of the connective tissue here. So first, that it connects body parts. Secondly, it provides support and shape, and thirdly, that it stores reserve food material in the form of fat. Okay,